Hope you're having a great day, and you got some more great music coming up right here on Maui's Best Mix of yesterday and today, 99.9 KISS FM.
Make sure your workplace is safe. Schedule a free OSHA consultation.
Welcome. Okay. Welcome to Grand Theft Aloha, Season 1 or 7. I don't know who's counting. Nah, bro. Welcome. This is possibly a video memo for my constituents, possibly a video soliciting support from the media. If you are receiving this, you are given first dibs on a very amazing opportunity. Aloha. Let me adjust the cabin space. Sorry, we're in my 2000 Jeep Cherokee Wrangler Laredo. It's a nice car, but it's very loud. The gas mileage is not great. Aloha, my name is Aram Armstrong, and I am driving up Kaupakalua Road in Haiku. That's quite lovely. You want to see the view? Right there's the view. We should probably wash this thing. So I need a crew. Things are getting really exciting. In my life, I'm like, Aram, why do you matter? Do you ever wonder, Aram, what's Aram doing? Why does Aram's life matter? Segue to yesterday. Yesterday was an interesting day. I started the day helping my crew clean out a compost toilet that hadn't been serviced in about 2 or 3 months, way past its servicing date. It's a very capable composting toilet. It's meant to serve a community of 4 to 16 folks, and it should be serviced once it's at full utilization, perhaps, I don't know, once a week, once every other week, every day, I don't know. I'm not the guy who's in charge of the composting toilet. I'm just the guy in charge of getting people to show up to clean the shitter. So that's one of my jobs. I've got several jobs, and I'm applying for a new job here in Maui County as a council member. Maui County Council just approved $1 billion budget. Like, does that include a cost of living adjustment for the council members? Council members currently make about $75K a year, which is less than what the salary is going to be for our new Maui Ag Department director. But I think the person in charge of getting the food probably deserves more money than the people who spend their time organizing the committees. I don't know. I should know, or I should have an opinion, because I'm applying for the job. So this is, I'm not sure what week of the campaign. I officially filed papers last week. I had some great signatories, some very well-known folks in the community endorsed me, including fellow county council members, or current county council members. George Kahumoku Jr. was on my papers. Uncle George was sitting next to me, or sitting at my desk at Maui Earth Day Festival, which I biked to because I'm the kind of guy who does stuff for Earth Day. I pooped in a bucket that morning because you shouldn't flush your shit down the shitter. That's clean water. Who does that? Dummies. So anyway, yesterday, jumping back to yesterday, day started off with clean the shitter. This has been on the to-do list for weeks, and it just required me, as opposed to being like, we're doing this morning, gentlemen, and we don't need to make a video about it. I live on a farm in Haiku, which is the rainier part of upcountry Maui on the North Shore. Pretty close to good windsurfing, kite surfing, that kind of thing. So if you do come out here, there are drum circles, there's somatic presencing, contact improv. I'm the candidate most likely to be found at the bottom of a cuddle puddle. No, maybe Daniel. Daniel might be on the bottom of the cuddle puddle. But I'm definitely cuddle puddle friendly. Been talking about local cultural values a lot. I met a woman who volunteers for the houseless, unsheltered community here on Maui. Her name is Maya. Her Instagram is Lioness Healing. She's from the LA. spent some time in the she's got a record, let's say a record of interfacing with the legal system. And I met her Monday at the Makwa Library, the public library. She was helping folks sign up for SNAP benefits, food assistance, because sometimes you need help with the paperwork, and she's helped a lot of folks with the paperwork. I was impressed at the calmness in which she was dealing with a man who seemed to be unsheltered and mentally unwell. And so we're looking at mental health issues, a lot of mental health issues here on Maui. We're a small island. It's one of the most expensive places to live in the United States. Cost of housing is ridiculous. Housing stock is ridiculously low. And for a multitude of reasons, a lot of us find ourselves at the edge or sleeping in our cars. And Maya is one of the folks who participated, got engaged with an action by our mayor, Mayor Victorino, who did a sweep of the houseless encampment down by our waste treatment plants, a little bit near the airport. So that was a big dramatic scene. I was not involved in it. I watched it remotely via this device, or a device that had Instagram on it. Local celebrity activists and another candidate for office, Summer Star, was in some sort of altercation with the police. It was a messy, weird scene. So Maya, she's done several missions, engagements. She actually regularly goes out and engages with the houseless, unsheltered community, however you want to call it, unsheltered. I learned a lot from Maya talking to her at the library. I learned that you don't get a certificate that says you're houseless or unsheltered until you're sleeping on the streets. If you're sleeping on in your car, like I've done, you don't qualify. I was in a situation where my domestic partner got violent, physically, verbally, and then physically violent, and it was creating a situation where I could turn physically violent as well. And me being the 6'6" male in the conversation versus the 5'8" native Hawaiian Irish. I think the man is the Irish part, to be honest. It's her dad. Her mom, Hawaiian Chinese, very sweet. Her dad, Irish. There's some temper there. Anyways, I'm still co-parenting with her. Her child is not my biological son, but we've been together since he was 3 months old. So it's a beautiful connection. And I am currently going to pick him up from his grandparents right now. That's where we're going. We're currently passing through Makawao. That's the cemetery. Hopefully, I'd be very lucky to end up in a cemetery. The thing that happens to people that they don't like out here is you get fed to the pigs. The pigs eat the bones. There's no trace left of you. And I'm worried about that a little bit more. After I did the sewer, the septic, the compost toilet cleanup, did my little Zoom meetings. I'm a consultant, facilitator for a food system map for Hawaii's food system, developed by some mainly academic types, researchers, and I'm the visual guy, the designer, that's giving them graphics to make their concepts clear. So I did that, and then Maya was hosting a sign waving thing for Black Lives Still Matter, not BLM, hashtag BLM, but just Black Lives Still Matter. We're still here. There was something that happened up in New York State. I try not to get too involved in the news cycle, but Maya's a mom, her son, he's black. The other organizer, Keisha, she's also mixed, and so they're the what is being now targeted, labeled as Maui's Black Lives Matter chapter. Evidently, they gathered some monies. They had a GoFundMe for composting toilets to be offered to the unsheltered community that was then pushed out of the area. And so there's a question in the community: where did the money go? Who's doing your books? Let's have some transparency. This is new information to me. But a friend of mine, maybe we're still friends, I don't know, Napua, who has also attacked a lot of folks via social media. She's a bit of a social media bully, but really sweet in person. And I think Vice covered one of her targets. Don't know his name. I've not met him in person, but he's doing some reclamation work on his alloidal titled family Kuleana lands in Haiku, not far from where I live. So he was a target of her attack, and she was arguing with him and his mom. It got messy. So turns out Napua and Maya and Keisha, they all, like, there's a war there. There's a war. I was just like, hi. My Instagram account is aloha.aram. And I try to bring the aloha, but more recently it's been warrior spirit medicine. And I'm tired of taking shit from people. I know these people. I know them in person. I spent time with them. They know me. So the fact that we're now having a conversation on Instagram, on a network operated by Zuckerberg's minions, with infrastructure by Bezos's minions, which is really all operated by like our brown Indian brothers and sisters. Like that's the backbone of the IT system. So I'm like, do you realize we're having this conversation that was developed by primarily white academics with money from the U.S. military, and now is like you're on Zuckerberg's network with Bezos's infrastructure, and we're talking about, do Black lives still matter? How much do they matter? Can we talk about this? Is this a thing? I showed up. I made a sign because I was like, Maya, you're cool. I like what you're doing. I'm going to engage with this community. Whoever's showing up for this, I'm a candidate for office. I need to be accessible to everyone. And I want to know what the dynamics are. So I show up. My friend Anthony, Anthony's from New York, and come with me. I don't know how I feel. He's like, BLM is still, that's not a thing, is it? It's not a thing? We show up. I made signs. It was my first time spray painting stuff. It's cool. I made signs that said, be beloved. So, calling it MLK, the beloved community. As you can see that, I'll post if you want to see the signs. I think I did a fairly good job for my first time making some signs with spray paint. Be beloved. So, and I show up. Maya's there. Maya's partner's there. Cool people. A couple folks show up with drums. There's like 6 of us. There was one white girl, myself, we're the white folks. Token howlies. Wave signs, people honk, some people really wave back, and it was cool. Spent an hour, 2 hours waving. Meanwhile on Instagram, Napua is unleashing an artillery of messaging, lambasting Maya and the whole GoFundMe around these composting toilets that got trashed when the houseless, unsheltered folks got pushed out. And now I'm like in charge of being their accountants for some reason, because I showed up at a thing that was like an anti-racist, like my hashtags are if we're gonna talk about past lives matter, I leaked it. It's Black Lives Matter, hashtag, past lives matter, hashtag, and past loves matter. So we're gonna go from like, this is about American slavery history. Hawaiians have a different history. We're in Hawaii right now. Hawaiians are not there. It's an occupied state, as you know, as you should know. So I'm a haole. I grew up here. I know the history. I've done my reading. I survived. High school. I survived all the schools. I went to public school. I got beat up as a kid. This guy, skinny, nerdy, definitely a target. Boom! I got jumped. So I know I'm a target. And now I'm a bigger target. Now I'm running for county council. And so Napua's, I'm catching friendly fire from Napua. And I've seen her operating as a cyber bully. And I decided to engage. I was like, scalp. I didn't go to scalp her, but it felt like a little bit of that thing. That kind of mixing it up. And it was good. I thought I represented myself well in the battle. One of her followers showed up to the party not knowing that Napua and I really know each other quite well and are friends in real life, and was supremely offended that I would talk back to their hero. I don't know if Kanak is male or female. We argued until about 1 a.m. and then they went to bed, and then I put down my sword, metaphorically speaking, and haven't seen them or heard from them since. Yeah. So this is where we are in the story. I'm now going to do some daddy daycare with my Hanai son. But if you like this story and you want to hop in the car, that's the car seat. I'll make some room. This I got from the Native Hawaiian Youth Sovereignty Council. Ola Aina. That's the Ola is health. Aina is the land, that which feeds you. So I'm pretty deep into it. I'm running for county council, just not a district, to represent Maklau Haiku Paia. Got it's a pretty full list of candidates, and I'd like to invite you to be a part of the story. Just witness. Okay. Aloha. Candidate Armstrong signing out.